hopefully we can get this car finished up. As you can see, there's a giant crack down there. We want to get this bumper replaced. The replacement bumper is in here. Got the cars moved out, so I have some working space in here. But this is an OEM bumper straight from Toyota. It's the standard black primered bumper here. So what I've done is I went to the store and I got myself some Scotch Brite pads, and I made myself a 20-to-1 solution of Dawn to water. And so basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this on here and then sand it down. This gets all the junk from the mold off of here, and it kind of roughs it up a little bit, ready for paint. And if the weather cooperates and I don't run out of time today, we're going to spray base coat and clear coat on this, but I don't want to rush it, not today anyways. So let's get started. All right, as you can see here, got it scuffed up with the burrito pad. You can't even feel the scratches. It's just taking that top layer off of the bumper to make sure there's none of that mold grease, or I don't know what it's even called, but it's the stuff they put on it so it doesn't stick to the molds when they make these at the factory. But it's still nice and smooth. The scratches are superficial, now you can't even feel them, and the base coat is going to cover it right up. Anyways, it's a very thick pearl or base coat with lots of pearl in it, so don't worry about this. This will cover it right up. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paints supplies ready. I've already got my air pressure going. It's built up, and we'll start to get painting on this. All right, the paint went down great. I was wrong a little bit. One or two of the scratches did show through, like this one right here. The rest of them kind of didn't show up. Well, I had like one big one there, and these all disappeared. Ah, here's the other one right here. So maybe don't use a burrito pad. That may be a bit too rough. I'm under a time crunch, and that's the worst way to paint something, is when you're in a rush. So I would have recommended 1,000, 1,500, maybe 2,000 sandpaper to get the stuff off. But even then, still happy. I'm gonna be able to get the car back on the road. I got a little bit of trash. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was coming up from the ground. I mean, I had the ground wet, but just like little pieces of lint or something, and I can just rub them off with my finger. So I don't know where they came from, but they're easy to get out, but just, it was weird. Very weird that those popped out. But got all the nook and crannies. Not really caring about this too much because the grill snaps into place, but got underneath. I did about 3 coats. I know base coat really doesn't matter too much in coats, but I want to make sure this thing's not going to flex too much. A thin coat will crack, but a thick coat hopefully will help keep it from cracking in the future. But overall, I mean, it went on really, really well. Base and clear. I did 2 coats of clear. Turned out very decent. It's still laying out right now, but you can hopefully see. I mean, it's doing pretty good for a garage paint job. Got a little orange peely down here. That's because I hit this with a lot of clear, because the first couple of passes came out really orange peely, and I adjusted my pressure and material. I put more material and less pressure, and that helped it out. In fact, everywhere else I hit, as you can tell, it's just smooth. So just the sides are orange peel. Worst case, I'll just color sand that, get it out of there. But over here, it did much, much better. It has almost a factory orange peel look, and my car does have a pretty bad factory orange peel. I was looking at it in the sun. So this orange peel right here actually matches pretty much what the factory painted it. So overall, very, very happy. There are a few scratches that did show through. You know, my bad, learning mistakes. Don't use a burrito pad. But yeah, I'm stoked. All right. Got all the plastic and trim off the old bumper, put it onto the new one. Everything snapped in real good. The only thing I had to do is these were customized at the Gulf These are special editions. I had to drill a hole behind this to get the electrical connector to come through. But all in all, everything snapped in, went perfectly. Bumper looks really good. So now we're gonna work on the fender liner. I went to Toyota and got the new fender liner that had been shredded on this side, as well as the splash shield that goes underneath the front bumper, since it had been kind of torn up as well. So we're gonna get working on that right now. Oh, almost forgot. Yeah, the main grill is missing, and that's because I guess in the impact, it sheared off this little connector that goes right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna JB weld this, or JB quick it. It'll set up in about 20-30 minutes while I'm working on the fender liner. And that way I can install this piece back into the grill. So yeah, that broke off and we're gonna fix that.